Hello and welcome, or welcome back if you're a regular viewer. In this video, we'll discuss the market statistics for the Kamloops and District Real Estate Association for January 2021. And just a quick reminder that I am a veteran realtor of 25 years, so spring me. I'm your weapon if you're buying or selling a home in the Kamloops area. You can reach out to me in the show notes below or with my contact information at the end of this video. Let's get started. Okay, we'll start with the Pereira press release, which was made for February the 2nd, 2021, and Pereira reports that a total of 244 residential unit sales were recorded by the Pereira MLS service for January 2021. This is a 49.6% above the numbers that were recorded in January of 2020, and the average MLS residential price in the area was $495,000 and some change, up by 17.4% from $421,970 recorded in the same month last year. Total sales dollar volume in January stood at $120.9 million, a 75.8% rise over 2020, which was $68.7 million. There were 314 new listings recorded by the Kamloops MLS last month. And you'll see here that January was 244 in 2021, and January of 2020 was 163. This is yet another addition to the 7-month record-setting sales streak in Kamloops. We continue to march on an encouraging market path, one that was set with the help of a solid end to 2020. As we stepped into 2021, there was a lot of excitement amongst realtors to see how the market responds to the arrival of the COVID-19 vaccine. The market has indeed responded positively, as we have seen a clear spike in the number of listings that were added last month. We've been keeping a keen eye on the alarming active inventory numbers, and we'll talk about that later, as demand in the region for single-family homes is expected to continue. Not many of my colleagues out there would deny that the average number of offers we receive per listing has been growing, and this may be due to a lack of inventory, and I would say it's exactly due to a lack of inventory, said our president, Wendy Runge. Average prices have increased 17% in January of 2021 versus January 2020. And Runge adds that we have been vocal about the potential of Kamloops in the region to grow into an attractive investment destination for long-term home buyers. But we need to be realistic in how we interpret these eye-catching numbers. Our market is steady, and we're adding just enough listings per month to cater to this ever-rising demand. We must note that because of this steadiness, there has been much increase in average prices from December 2020 to January of 2021. So there's something in this market for everyone, the seller as well as the buyer. This is very much the scenario across BC. In the last 12 months, a total of 3,277 residential unit sales were recorded by Pereira with a dollar volume of $1.47 billion at an average price of $451,212. And it should be pointed out here that the year-to-date active listings figure is monthly average of the number of homes on the market at the end of each month so far this year. Now you'll see here that the dollar volume and average sales, Kamloops only, January 2021 was 179. Last year, this same month was 131, a change of 36.6%. As you can see, the dollar volume is also higher, and the average price is up 16.8%. You can pause here if you need the stats for the smaller towns around Kamloops. Kamloops only, in terms of sold listing units, was 2,315, and for the same time last year it was 2,167, a change of 6.3%. Sales volume was up 15.9%, and the average price was up 9%. This is the average price of all residential real estate. That includes duplexes, apartment units, fourplexes, half duplexes, townhouses, recreational and mobile. And as you can see here, last year the number never really broke over 440,000, and we are sitting at 495,000 versus a price of I think about 420,000 last year. So again, I don't want to bore you with too many details, but for single family homes alone, the price has been a little bit more dramatic in that in March of 2020 they were about the same, and now we're at 596, and you can see that that's substantially above the price that we were at in 2020. Now, in terms of the Kamloops market stats, again, the number of units sold was 144, which is a whopping 65.5% higher than last year. And the number of units sold is 5.2% higher over the last 12 months. The average price is $596,712, which is 18.6% higher. And over the last 12 months, it's 11.8% higher. Dollar volume is up a whopping 96.3% versus January of last year, and over the last 12 months it's up 11.8%. In terms of new listings, we have 183 versus 134, but there's not a lot of inventory right now, and we'll discuss that in the numbers moving forward. The number of new listings overall is 2525 versus 2451 from the year before, and there's a lot that the numbers are telling us in those two numbers. The average days on the market is 67 versus 74 and 62 versus 54 for the last 12 months. Now, in terms of multifamily, that includes townhouses, apartment units, full duplexes, half duplexes, and fourplexes. The number of units sold was 100, and that is up 31.5%, and average price is $350, which is up 6.4%. Dollar volume is up 40%. New listings is 131 versus 126 last year for the same month. And average days on the market is 70, up from 42. Now, units sold is 1197, which is up 13.2%. Average price is up to $329,000 over the last 12 months, which represents a 7.5% increase. Dollar volume is up 394 million, which is 21.7% increase. And new listings is 1639, which is over the 1396 figure of last year. Average days on the market is 67 versus 50. Now, in terms of the board stats, and this is for all of the residential market activity, you'll see that sales activity for 2021 was 250 units versus 152 for the same month last year. And again, feel free and pause if you want to really dig into these numbers, because I don't want to talk too much. My mouth gets dry and people get bored. The number of new listings is down to 313 versus 274 the year before. Active listings is down to just 571, and last year it was 908. And here's where it starts to get a little dicey. We're only down to 2.3 months of total inventory if the number of sales continues the way it is right now. And this is the median and average sales price. And again, we're hovering around 450 and 500. This is the sales activity compared to the year before. And again, feel free and pause if you want to look at those numbers in more detail. This is for single family market activity alone. And these are detached homes with their own yards. Okay, and that's a very, very hot part of the market right now. And you can see that there was 153 homes sold last year for January versus January, and last year it was 82. Number of new listings is 184. Last year it was actually lower at 142. Number of active listings is down to 287 versus 520. And this is where I warned you that the inventory is incredibly low right now, especially in the single family category. And fortunately, we do have townhouses and apartments being built. But again, we don't have enough single family homes being built right now to cover all of the demand. In terms of months of inventory, for the month of January only, we are down to just 1.9 months of inventory at current sales. And the lowest we have been since 2012 was 5.9 months. So as you can see, if you are a seller of a single family home, this is a very fortuitous time for you to sell your home, because there are multiple offers, and in my opinion, people are getting way too much money. But that's the market, and people feel like they should be paying those prices, and there's lots of demand. Lots of people are moving to Kamloops, so this is a good time to sell, particularly if you have a single family home and you have a place to go. Well, there you have it, the market stats for the Kamloops and District Real Estate Association for January 2021. And if you're a buyer, there's not a lot of great news because there's not a lot to buy, but if you're looking to sell and you have a place to move to, it's a great time to sell your home. Again, please reach out to me in the show notes below or at the end of this video for my contact information. I hope you have a great February.